Huh. Yeah, we're gonna try this one more time, guys. Welcome to a daily tour from the Flanderosa. Welcome to Texas, everybody. So, I'm gonna show you guys a little peek through a window. And let me see where I can go. First, let me turn down here. And let me just first show you a huge part of my life. One of my pride and joys. One of my favorite stereos. By the way, this was the first brand new car that my family ever bought. I learned how to drive in this car. This was my dad's pride and joy. And I always told him, I said, you can never sell this car. If you're gonna get rid of it, give it to me, call me, I'll drive out, I'll pick it up, I'll restore it from the ground up. And he did. In about 2000, he called me and he said, yeah, I really don't have space for it anymore. My dad was retired. And I went and I picked it up and I restored it from the ground up. Look at this. Original, well, looks like original. I had to restore it. Leather interior, the stereo. This steering wheel, whenever I first saw this car, look at the size of that baby. I learned how to drive in this. I went to the first everything in this car. And try and stay in your seat when I give you a little glimpse of this baby. Yeah. Those OG Alpina wheels. Look at this thing. The obligatory HBJJ sticker. Now, look at that. License plate. PLF. Still got my dad's original license plate holder on it. Look at this baby. Come on! This car still gets me excited. I love everything about this car. The sunroof still works in it. Everything is operable. I adore this. Speaking of which, check this out. This. One for the money, two for the show. Three to get ready. Now go, cat, go, but don't you. This CD was given to me, although that's not the version. Hang on.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock.
9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock, we gonna rock. This CD was given to me by a good buddy of mine and a fellow taking care of business Elvis enthusiast, Raymond Singleton. So Raymond, if you're out there, you know this baby is getting some good use. You recognize this CD.
You ain't nothing but a hound.
Oh!
You cry all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound. You cry all the time.
Raymond. Woo!
Well, they said you was high class. Well, that was
Come on now, who else gives you Facebook Lives? It's just lip syncing the king. Just doesn't happen every day. Now, listen up, everybody. I'm giving you a tool of my hood. But first, I want you purists and Bimmerphiles to listen to this 3-liter inline 6. I'm an audiophile. I love music, but I also love all forms of sonic nostalgia. This brings me back to a place, and everybody out there has one of those. Whether it's the syncopated Cajun, the misfire of the first lawnmower that you used to earn your first 20 bucks, they bring you back to a place. Well, this brings me back to a place. I want you to listen to this. This is a BMW inline 6. Listen to this. was one of the fastest four-door sedans made back in the day. And that throaty 3-liter just gives me chills to this day. Anyway, my pride and joy. As is Elvis. Thank you, Raymond. Guys, by the way, I'm going to St. Paul this weekend, as a matter of fact. So if you're out there, I hope you pop by and see me, because we got a lot of catching up to do. Also, let me share a little story about something that's going down in the hood, in my hood. Sunroof, look at that, and it's still operable. A couple of days ago, actually Sunday, something happened. I was in my kitchen twisting up some peanut butter waffles. I was twisting up some peanut butter waffles in my kitchen, and I heard a car horn honking repeatedly, just out in the backyard. Now I live on a couple acres, so it's a big yard. So the next house over could be a distance, and I heard what sounded like 2 gunshots. Now here, look at this. Look. I heard what sounded like 2 gunshots. I didn't think too much of it, but later in the day, I got news. One of my neighbors, the Yaos, they're from China. Wonderful people. As a matter of fact, I drive by their house and I see their dad, who's visiting from China. I would see him out in the front yard doing exercises. They have like a little a piece of gymnastics equipment in the front yard. And he's just doing exercises. And he came into town from right outside of Shanghai, right in China. Doesn't speak any English. And he came in town because his daughter, my neighbor, Monica Yao, is having their second child. So she's due in a couple of weeks. So her dad came into town. He was walking around the neighborhood, woke up kind of early, because I was cooking breakfast and I get up at the crack of dawn, and he was walking just around the block, which these blocks are huge, make no mistake, they're jumbo, about 3/4 of a mile, maybe even a mile actually, 3/4 of a mile, and then another half a mile in width, so they're big. But he was walking around the neighborhood, and like I said, his daughter is expecting in a couple of weeks. And as a matter of fact, this may be someone right here. Hold on. This is the house that I'm talking about right here. He was walking in the neighborhood, and a couple of dogs got out and they attacked him. He's in critical condition. He's on life support, but he's my neighbor's dad. And just a heads up, he's in dire need of an eye trauma surgeon. But I'm going to start a GoFundMe page to try and get some of his medical bills taken care of. So I'll share a link with you guys later. But it was horrible. The two sounds that I heard were actually gunshots. A neighbor came out and found him in the ditch with 2 dogs, kind of guarding their prey. And he was lying motionless in the ditch. My neighbor luckily came out with a gun and fired at the 2 dogs, hit one of the dogs, and the other dog, they ran back on the property. But anyway, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe page for him, because there's no insurance. But just this happened about 100 yards from my house, and actually heard it, so I feel horrible. But if you're out there, blessings for Mr. Yao, and stay tuned. Even if you can't help, if you could share the page, that'd be great, because a lot a lot of the neighborhood and the members of our neighborhood have already contributed in any way that they can, but anything else we can do to help, it's a horrible scenario, and he's a neighbor. So blessings to him. So guys, I'm coming to Minneapolis. I also want to show y'all an old school, straight from the 60s, swimming pool. Now this is going to bring back some memories, because my old stomping ground, who here remembers back when all the pools had slides and they had high dives? Well, I'm going to show you guys, and this is a funky old pool. You just don't catch pools like this anymore. This is something special. And when I have free time, I'll either ride my Schwinn Stingray, or I will jump in my dad's Bimmer and head down to the pool. Listen to that 3-liter. Come on. That's music. That is syncopated, heart-throbbing music right there. So many good memories in this car. Ah!